if you have money to put in the Chart ecosystem, the question is, where is the money going to? Is it on PostChain? Is it on PostS? Is it on ProveX? Because they are the same, but they are not the same bet. Each one of them have its own price target. And if you want to get to $1 million status very fast, by the end of this video, you are going to exactly know the exactly one that you are going to settle in with. All right? So just give me 10 minutes of your time. I know I have made this kind of similar video before, but I want to show you the math behind all this. These are a lot of things that they don't tell you. They don't do the math. They tell you, oh yeah, it's good. ProveX is good. PostChain is good. All of them are fantastic. But I want to show you the math. All right. So bear with me. Give me 10 minutes of your time. I'm not going to waste too much of your time. Let's dive in deep and do this math. And please, I'm begging you in the name of God. All you can do is just subscribe or click like. It helped my algorithm. It helped me reach more audience, reach more ProveX holders. It helped my video to stay relevant. Please, that's the single thing you can do. Or you can share it on your X. It's part of promoting our project. So you are invested in the Chart ecosystem. You want this coin to pump. I am making a video pushing it every day. All you need to do is each and every one of you have X account. You click my video, share it on X. Your friend will see it, and they will know this. You might not have time to explain to them this, but I have time to do it. So all you have to do is just share it. They can see it, they can watch it, and they will get interested in buying our bag. This is how we will push our project. This is how our marketing is going to continue. All right. Now, before we get into the number, let me set the rules for this compilation. So this comparison is going to be completely fair. So we are going to compare all three of it. I'm not going to compare HEX because HEX is a staking coin. Most of the supply is held by the Chart and is staked, is not liquid. So HEX already have its own time. It's going to pump again. So I'm not comparing it with these three assets that I haven't seen any single bull on. HEX have already seen a bull on. PostChain, PostS, and ProveX have not seen any single bull on. So we are going to compare the three. All right. So it's going to be a completely fair rule which I'm going to follow. And that fair rule is, number one, we are going to calculate it based on market cap. We are going to calculate it based on how much money needed for you to make 100S. And we are going to compare it of about how much money, like starting from $5,000 that we put on each of them to get us to a $1 million. And number four, we are going to compare the numbers, like the fastest realistic path to be a millionaire. So let me break it down to you. Now we have PostChain sitting at 110 million market cap. Now, mind you that some things that people misunderstand is that if you include OA, original coin address, which means the coin that Richard Hart is holding, the market cap of PostChain will be 1 billion, and the market cap of ProveX will be 85 million. But I'm going to exclude it here, which is it here. I excluded it because I'm not counting it. Richard Hart never sold any of his coin, so it's not counted. I'm counting about the actually coin that people can sell now, that is available to sell, which is this. Will give you PostChain 111 million, PostX 114 million, ProveX 21 million market cap. You have seen it. We look at the market cap. So looking at those numbers, all three of it, they are in the same general ballpark. But ProveX is the smallest by significance of margin. All right. Keep that in mind, that everything else flow from the fat. I'm showing you the real fat, realistic. Now we have to start from PostChain. Let's go from PostChain. PostChain the actual blockchain. That is the powerhouse of the entire ecosystem. All right. Post-chain market cap is sitting at 111 million, slightly larger than Post-S. All right now. For the current market cap of Post-chain is 111 million. For you to do a 100x target, we're going to need about 12 billion to 11 billion market cap. All right, that is what we are going to require for you to do a 100x on Post-chain. And now, a 100x on Post-chain, your $5,000 will result to $500,000. Now, 200x on Post-chain, your $5,000 will result to $1 million. So for you to get $1 million target on Post-chain today at this current level, you need Post-chain to sit at 24 billion market cap. Now think about it. Pause for a second. Do you think that we are going to see this kind of bull run that we see in 2021 when HEX went to 80 billion market cap, everything else explode? Ethereum, that is, if that happened, Post-chain can go to 24 billion market cap. Okay. Post-chain have the power factors as Post-chain is ecosystem, the glow, it have every indication to do a 24 billion market cap, which is average blockchain. Average layer 1 blockchain always hit 20 billion market cap. It's nothing, but it require protocol launching. As more users are live, Post-chain gas token, it benefit from that. All right, everything else happen on the chain, but you have to understand the same math apply to turn $5,000 into $1 million Post-chain need about 200x. All right, that means going from 111 million market cap to 24 billion market cap. All right, it requires a lot of capital for that to happen. It requires a lot of capital for that to happen. I'm gonna be honest with you. Post-chain can absolutely get to that, all right, in this very bull market that we are going to enter, but it's going to require a lot of capital. We are talking about 24 billion market cap. That is insane. That is it's going to require a lot of capital. It's going to require a lot of less people selling. But you have known that for the last 5 years, even people want to sell their token at sacrifice price. People cannot even wait. You have to understand all those scenarios. So for Post-chain to do 24 billion market cap, it's very realistic. But now let's head to PostX. PostX, the decentralized exchange on the Post-chain ecosystem. PostX sitting at 114 million market cap. All right. For PostX to do 100x, it require a capital. It require a capital of a market cap of $11 billion. $11 billion in capital for it to do 100x target. 11 to 14 billion, 11, let me say $11 billion. That is what they require for it to do that. 11 to 10 billion dollars for it to do 100s, and your $5,000 will turn to $500,000. Now 22 billion market cap, your $5,000 will turn to $1 million on PostX. Is it realistic? Thinking that PostX is a DEX, this is what we often forget. Now, if you value other DEX, if you check other DEXs, you will understand that PostX is even more higher than every other DEXs. We have Uniswap, we have a lot of DEXs. Let's go to DEXs. No, I don't want to waste your time. But you can check other DEXs and compare. Uniswap at a peak, Uniswap leads 12 billion market cap, So you think PostX can go to 22 billion market cap? You have to think about it, PostX, it have a low utility. It have already burned 1.7 trillion token, which is a good sign that it have a good utility. That is why it outperformed Post-chain, and it will continue to outperform Post-chain. You have to see post chain like a cargo ship, you know. It's not built to pump, but it's built to be holding value, to be holding scaling, you know. So post chain is just like a cargo ship. So if you want to make $1 million faster, you don't want to be holding post chain. All right. Now you see the money required for you to be from $5,000 to be a millionaire on post chain. It needs 22 billion market cap. That is huge. This thing I'm telling you now is huge. Now let's take it back to ProveX. Yes, you see ProveX here. ProveX sitting at 21 million market cap. All right, that is the smallest in the entire Richard Heart ecosystem. I'm not going to count intensive token because this is like a free coin that Richard Heart used for experiments, and later he have already reduced the inflation because, you know, I don't know why people are buying this in the first place. It's just an experiment coin. It does not have any utility. I'm talking based on HEX raised 25 million market cap, $25 million during the ICO. ProveX post-chain raised $300 and something million in doing the ICO. POS raised $600 and something million during the ICO. ProveX raised $16 million during the ICO. So I'm talking based on the money backing all of them. So anything you paid money to get, it actually have values. All right, because you spend your hard-earned money to place money on that. So we are talking about millions of dollars value on that. So based on that, it is not all these tokens are in the same categories, all of them. But I want to point out something for you to understand where the opportunity is. So all these tokens are the same. So the difference is this one is now super undervalued ProveX, which people are not understanding because we are in bear market. People don't understand how undervalued this coin is. All right, because we are in bear market. You know, in bear market, people don't see opportunity. It's only in bull market that everybody want to make it at the same time. All right. Now, ProveX sitting at 21 million market cap, and for ProveX to do 100x, it needed a 2.1 billion market cap. All right, and if you put $5,000 today at 2.1 billion market cap, your $5,000 will worth $500,000. All right, just 2.1 billion market cap. Now, if you think about ProveX, if you think about ProveX doing 100s, is very realistic. Just 2.1 billion market cap. All right. Now, if for ProveX to do a 200s, for you to get $1 million, it need about 4.something billion dollars, $4.4 billion only. Do you see the difference? For you to make a millionaire on ProveX, you need $4.4 billion. Now, for you to be a millionaire in Porsche, you need $24 billion. For you to be a millionaire in POSX, you need 22 billion market cap. So you see the difference. These are the differences. This is what people don't understand. That is why I say that it's very easy. Now imagine which one will if you are Richard Hart now, will you put $50 million on Porsche and push it to 20 billion market cap when you know that people are going to be selling like crazy? Or will you put $20 million into ProveX and pump it to 4 billion to 5 billion market cap, and it will explode? Everybody will come to the ecosystem, just like Bonk. Bonk did a 10,000x on Solana, and that is why Solana did what? Solana pumped to 10x. All right. So you need something in your ecosystem that will attract more people. So imagine if ProveX do a 200x or 1000x, and people from outside the community, they want to buy Post-chain, of course. They want to buy intensive token. Everything will explode. So you think about the money that it requires for this to happen. Very little money. Very, very little money. All right, so it's ProveX is less is a 4 times more lesser than Portion and Port S. All right, same starting investment, same destination, $1 million, but ProveX gets you there. Dramatically less capital required. Dramatically less capital required for you to achieve this. And realistically, if you want to be sure, like we talk about Richard Hart ecosystem, yes, it have not performed very well, but let's talk about realistically. Richard Hart ecosystem can reach 4 billion market cap, to 2 to 3 billion market cap. All right, and if that happen, if um let's say that what did I call it now? Let's say that portion let's say portion now let's say portion go back to sacrifice price, the market cap would be almost 2 billion market cap. The same thing with post X. If post X go back to sacrifice price, the market cap will be almost 2 billion market cap. So you are looking at this now. If you are looking at this now, all right, you are looking at this. You don't need anybody to explain this thing for you. For real, you don't need anybody to explain this thing for you now. I'm telling you the fact. You don't need anybody to explain this thing for you. I'm telling you, this thing I'm telling you is 100% fact. All right? Is 100% fact. I'm telling you for the real truth that ProveX is 100% guarantee going to do 100S. If you can put $5,000 there and forget about it, be 100% certain that sure your future is guaranteed. You are going to make $1 million. All right. ProveX 4.3 billion market cap. You are a millionaire with $5,000. Post S $21 billion. Portion 24 billion. So you have to make a move. You have to think about what is in the table. So this table tell you everything. Post chain and post S and ProveX require for you to be a millionaire. All right. The same outcome. That is the mathematical definition of fastest path. All right. And now, if you add ProveX buy and burn, it have not goes live. It's not fully launched. We are still in the early stage, in trial phase. We are still in testing phase. All right. The most powerful demand mechanism protocol. You have to understand that ProveX have not even fully functioned. That is why it's undervalued now. Imagine in a scenario when it's adopted across the whole crypto board, when Solana people, other people, everybody start using ProveX. It's going to be more, it's going to bleach. It's going to bring more people into the ecosystem, even more. So you have to understand that yes, PostX have buy and burn. It is live, but look at it now. All right. So you have to put in place all of these. So when you put in place all of these, you understand what I'm telling you. I'm telling you the fact. What I'm telling you now is the fact. So ProveX is the shortest bet. It win in this case. For me, ProveX is the shortest bet. So what does that mean for you now to allocate your money? I don't mean that you should allocate your money and abandon post chain, abandon post S, or put all your money on post chain. No, they all belong to your portfolio. You need to also consider all of them. All of them will rise as well and grow, and capital will rotate in. But if you have a fixed amount that you want to deploy, and your goal is to maximize the upside potential in a shortest real time frame, ProveX is where you put it, the highest conviction bet. All right, you have to put it this way: Post-chain, Post-S, HEX, foundation stability for the ecosystem exposure. Post-chain, the asymmetric upside potential, the fastest path to become a millionaire by percentage. All right. The people who identify the smallest, strongest token in the ecosystem before the major catalyst activated. All right. Those are the people who post the biggest, who will post the biggest gain at the end of the cycle. ProveX is just 21 million market cap. Buy and burn is not fully live. Richard Hart is behind it. The window is closing faster than you can think. I'm telling you for the last time. Let me settle this question once and for all. Which one will make you a millionaire fastest? HEX cannot make you a millionaire. It have already have its own time. Postchain, it requires 22 billion. Powerful blockchain, but it can never happen this cycle. We have seen what is going on in crypto. Now, ProveX sitting at 22 million market cap, $4.2 million, $4.3 million, you're a millionaire. It is fair. It is very realistic. It can happen. If ProveX cannot, if Postchain, if Richard Hart cannot move 22 million market cap to 3 billion market cap, why then are you betting that he's going to pump Postchain or PostS to 100x from sacrifice price? Is not even realistic. So the real bet is ProveX, and it wins this game. I'm telling you for the last time. Thank you.